Hello, DayZ World. I'm the Greedy Peasant, and welcome to the Peasent Podcast. Get comfortable as we sit by the fire and chat everything DayZ. We are live from the TGP minigame server with the podcast team. TikTok creator Smiley's Got a Gun, long-term DayZ console player 18KQ, and chat controller and security Queen Peasant. Of course, we have the DayZ community here as well. Here at TPP, we want to hear what you have to say, so drop your thoughts and your opinions in chat. This podcast gives the voice to the DayZ console people, so welcome everybody to the Peasants Podcast. Welcome everybody to the stream. Happy and absolutely lovely weekend. We are kicking it off with another episode, a very important episode of TPP Podcast. This particular episode marks our 2-year anniversary of sitting here on a Sunday talking to you lot about DayZ on console. So I've got a little speech prepared to run through of that. So expect 45 minutes of the peasant pleading his heart out. And of course we're going to also chat about the experimental 1.27 coming to console and how that erupted last night with trying to play it. So we've got a bit of things for the feedback tracker. It's only update 1. We usually used to 2 or 3 updates before they actually release, but I can find a quick update coming soon. First of all, I have my co-hosts with me. TikTok creator Smiley's Got a Gun on the left, and on the right, long-term console player Mr. Q. And after they flex, last and of course the best, chat monitor and security Queen Peasant.
Morning, everyone. Morning. I was first, just saying. Suck it, Q.
We know what they say.
Yeah,
It's always good to be the middle child.
I was going to say, he's got middle child syndrome. We always save the best to last.
Oh,
Yeah.
got me there.
Yeah, that's it kills you with the Queen.
No one likes the eldest, damn it.
No, that's it. The eldest they get forgotten about. That's why it's good to be the youngest.
Yeah.
Get all that fat attention.
Yeah.
So suck it, oldests. You there? But we don't know much about you. All right, we're going to dive into some server news and events. Spaz from the Zone drops Ghost Recon meets The Walking Dead. A full tactical stealth overhaul for consoles built for solo or duo players. A full single-player co-op campaign where your decisions can affect the whole server. Weekly quests, monthly seasons and events. Deep lore, low pop, high loot, risk, no rules, open server. It's going to come up. There we are.
No rules. I like.
I'm a big fan of allowing the community to do what they need to do. Here we go. So it's a major January update. Now testing completely random weapons. Spreading military weapons out really improves the looting gameplay, so I decided to go all in. Almost all weapons and parts can now be found in any tier and almost any building. So he's going for the complete spread. All rare loot has been significantly increased, tents boosted and spawn locations changed, weapon spawns added to stuff that didn't have them, bags reworked and boosted, loot bags spawn in more locations. A lot of people like the loot bags. You can just pick up a bag, you got a gun, you got some equipment, got a little bit of gear. It just makes life easy sometimes, especially back in the days of death matches. High end loot areas reworked to still be rewarding even if no weapons are there. General loot balance update, new bear spawns, 20 new military checkpoints added, dozen more POIs, more light source added to small villages, dozens more food sources added throughout the wilds, a small supply update, to island camps. So get out there and hit the zone. Hey, that's what I want to know. And of course, his events is the site and exclusive Mother Mercies have been reported at Scowl Island. Claims the figure dressed in white helping new arrivals survive. Oh. However, not as all it seems. The survivor telling more sinister stories. She told me I needed to survive because I wasn't meant to die here. Said one survivor after being rescued by the mysterious lady in white. Your death is certain, but it's not here, she told me. He puts in so much depth and immersion into his servers. He's currently moving, so we're waiting for him to get in here and get an interview and actually sit down and talk to Mr. Spaz himself and run down. But yeah. Also, hello to Mr. State of Survival. I appreciate your congrats of the 2 years. And Mr. On It. It's pretty hectic. It's a long time. It's 103 episodes back to back. Missing episode 13 due to I had COVID for the first time. So yeah, 2-year anniversary of the Peasent Podcast, 103 episodes in total, missing episode 13 due to COVID. A change in the podcast brought a new era of DayZ community involvement. The podcast moved to a talk show style, with the chat being a big part of the discussion. With many guests we've had on, we also took on some of the big issues. DayZ Unite, the Sakhal streamer event, and of course the Sakhal launch. And even though we've been a direct force towards DayZ and the devs, we have now been recognised and given a spot to share the rundown of our latest episodes. My co-hosts have been with me and have been a huge part of the show and bring different sides of the DayZ world together, as well as Mr. Noah, who was with us for many episodes. We have opened the airways to the community to express the community's feelings and thoughts on the game. I would personally like to thank my co-hosts for giving me their time to come on here and talk DayZ and be put through the latest mini games that I've brought to life through DayZ community servers. To the community, torture. To the community who have not only been at the live Twitch streams but watched the videos on YouTube. You're all legends. The backbone of TPP and the ones who have helped boost this podcast to heights that we'd only dream of. I'm looking forward to the next 12 months as we move to bring the devs to the show and talk strictly DayZ and what is to come of our first snow map. I'd like to once again thank the community for all their support and help. And of course, the people in the background. One person who gets left out quite often is the Queen. Put up with my bullshit. Late nights of doing run sheets, having to watch videos, all that stuff. She has been my particular supporter for these projects. And Queen Peasant, I love you and I appreciate you. Any words from the co-hosts?
Oh, just that it's been an absolute pleasure actually being on here. It's been like I can't say we've met so many people along the way. Can't remember any of them, but there was a lot of them. Just massive. We've made some good friends along the way, absolutely. And yeah, and also he's just popped in a little shout out to Brendan as well. He comes in on the podcast. Comes in and joins us every now and then. But yeah, no, it's been a great time, bruv. But thanks for having us along for the journey. It's been I don't know, it feels nice to be part of something. I think I speak for Q as well. We appreciate having us along for your journey. It's been awesome.
Cheers. Mr. Q?
Yeah, I'd probably second that. I think just having the opportunity to come and share the journey with you, Peasant's been an awesome thing. I've said it before. It's like coming to church on a Sunday. I wouldn't miss it at all.
Yeah.
Appreciate everyone taking their time out to come and watch it as well.
That's it.
Yeah.
The church of the Peasant Podcast. But yes,
Cult.
the cult that's reigned on for many, many years and still bonds and gets together and has one of the best times you could ever have on gaming. But yeah, so that's my lovey-dovey spiel for my 2-year or our 2-year anniversary. We're going to keep striving on. We'll be here back to back, week to week, keeping up the push to bring console to better heights and to give us a better chance and opportunity. I do have a little announcement. We have a giveaway that we're going
We're
to.
getting a pay rise.
Yeah, we're getting a pay rise. 300% pay rise for you guys. Everything tripled. So whatever you get now, tripled.
You.
Well, I'm going to have to at least send you over as a case of beer or something each. Something that'll actually fucking work. I'm sure I can Uber something across. You can't buy any gaming shit because one of us is in a different fucking country. It's only just across the ditch, but still, apparently I can't throw a code that far.
Yeah.
I don't appreciate her, and I think that most of the big PC podcasts have fell away at the time. We're going strength to strength. We've got something to strive for. We've got something to move through, and we don't mind, have a little punch on with, fighting for what we want with the devs. We've never been a community or a podcast that's really bowed down to, trying to do our best to get our the right views of cross. We've always been straight up and honest and really give it to them sometimes. I'm actually surprised that we are recognised and not sort of hated, because we've been shunted. Yeah, any of those.
Banned, blocked, removed.
Completely disregarded and plagued. The TPP headquarters had to be stealthily placed under a minigame server just so we could run this under the Rogue. But I think that's one of the best things that we do. We are honest and we let people to say whatever it is, and we don't mind speaking, reading out the messages of people of what they have to say. It is a good place to get a voice out. But we will be having a little competition. So in the Peasants Podcast after the show, I'll be setting up a giveaway rewards for everyone. It'll be located in our giveaways channel. It's our sponsors, DayZ, Killfeed, and Spawner, aka Mr. Peasant, Mr. Teabag. I'm the Mr. Peasant. He's Mr. Teabag has been with me for a very long time, especially when it comes to the Discord. He's the main admin for the Greedy Peasant Discord. He has really built and helped construct and be the backbone for everything that has sort of gone on, including some of the connections that were made. So Mr. Teabag, he deserves all the praise and support that he gives. But he's also sponsored a year's worth of the kill feed. So if you're an owner out there and you need a kill feed for your server, this skill feed is wicked. I've used it for the last 2 years.
I use it.
Bruv used it. That's on M4 PvP. If you want to go check it out, you can look on the TGP mini games. It's It's a fantastic, easy to set up kill feed. I've never had a problem with it, and I'll never ever change because it's just so easy to use, and it's not a pain in the ass. It doesn't have 1,000 fucking options to try and set it up. That's the best thing. So yeah, we're gonna have a little competition in the Discord to say, yep, anyone wants it, you just gotta highlight the emoji, and we'll be giving that away by the end of the weekend. So big shout out to Miss Teabag and his kill feed, and for sponsoring us. Of course, CDS, bruv. Intro us, please. CDS.
Custom DayZ set. Well, I was going to jump in, but you were referencing teabag, so I didn't. I was like, I have to bring up a new. You did say custom DayZ services. I'm like, I have to come up with a teabag song.
Yeah, no.
Teabag,
I was bringing it in.
dirty fuck, we love you.
Everybody loves a teabag.
Everyone likes a teabag. Yeah. Go get some teabag.
That's it. Get some teabag in here in DayZ.
Yeah. Open wide and take the teabag. What any other teabag? What you teabag?
Jesus. But yeah, so there'll be a little.
How's that?
That was perfect. I'm recording that song. That's going to be on
Thanks.
TikTok.
He said I think Teabag was like, "Hey, I need a new promo song."
That's
oh my
it.
God, it's amazing.
So every
I'm
time
using that on all of my adverts from now on.
No, it'll be on his kill feed. Every time you kill someone, that's what the sound goes off in the Discord. Won't be able to see the TikToks anymore. Yeah, I thought Brub might bring this up.
Yeah, it's my business. Yeah.
So Ninja, welcome to this is the TPP console DayZ podcast. We like to sit here every week. We, my friend, are going to grab you on one day because you are a streamer yourself. So, all right, you'll be sitting in these beautiful custom-made chairs like the rest of us. But yeah, so there is a giveaway going to kick off in the Discord today for a full year of a kill feed. So if you're out there looking for a kill feed, you want to try something new, here's your opportunity. Definitely give it some love. But yeah, that's all lovey dovey. Now we're going to get into some serious stuff. This is, as we said, we like to give it all and talk about what goes on, especially with experimental and that. To start off experimental and 1.27, I want to just show a clip of me starting in experimental, fully kitted, last night. What's there? Yeah, I got a nice. What's there? Yeah, I got a nice, maybe some stems. I can't put my gun away. No, I can't even drop it. Oh, I could blow my fucking brains out of it. Oh, I can shoot. There we go. Looks like a shoot. Oh, I can fucking arm everybody up. I'm live. I just can't put my fucking shit away. I can reload it. I'm live. Of binding ass pioneer. Get off. Get off. Get off. Drop other stuff, just can't. Yeah, they're like 20 times today. Oh, clip it, mark it. I'll send it in. Let's change in. Shoot in. But I can't drop it. And no matter what I do, I take the mag out of it. But I can't take the gear out of it. Change quick slot. Pick all this shit up. Yep. Even suicide with it. All right. So. As you can see, heavily broken. Heavily broken.
Heavily broken. You know, the funny thing about that is me and Yachty were on quite a bit earlier in the day, and I was trying to do the usual workarounds to fix it, tie you up, okay, and even to the point where it got him to knock me out, and I was unconscious on the ground, still clutching the gun.
Yeah, it seemed I relogged a few times. Once you relog and log back in, you had about 2 minutes to have your, I suppose, hands to be able to be used, and then it just cut out. So we got a bit of footage of the stick being snapped, the stick downs when you're running through the bush. I found a scorpion and fired it both suppressed and unsuppressed, but we were on experimental for probably half an hour, maybe 40 minutes before we had to call it quits because I personally couldn't. I could do everything but use my hands and change stuff out.
So nothing then.
Pretty much.
Everything but nothing.
No, I could run around. Whatever was in my hand after that first 2 minutes, I could use. So I could log out, log back in, change it onto my gun, and then run around with my shotgun, but that was it. Shotgun not a dusted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unplayable.
It was really unplayable.
I mean, there's a lot of other bugs in there too, like I was saying last night. The inventory getting stuck in vicinity would kill a lot of zombies, where you just can't move your inventory around. There's a lot of things.
Yeah, well, I had that at the start where the inventory locked. When I jumped on and tested, I couldn't access into my inventory. I could get into my inventory, but it was locked in vicinity. I couldn't swing it around or move it to the other side or anything like that. You know, as we said at the start, it's the first rundown of experimental, so people getting on and running into this situation is going to really stop the trials and the experimentation on the new stuff. So if you are having a crack, at least this is a message to say, hey, it's not your side of it. It's most of people's side. Yet we had people in there who had no problems. Absolutely no issues. You know what I mean? Noah had no issues.
That's odd, yeah.
And my issue was permanent. It was 50 minutes of just, yep, here's your inventory for 2, and we're taking it away from you.
Yep. That was exactly how mine was too.
Yeah. So we're gonna dive in.
So
and
what would
yeah,
why
go.
would why would it work for some and not others though? Like, you know what I mean? Why would it work for Noah but then not for, like, the rest of you guys? How could, you know what I mean? Like, what have they done for that to happen? Is it just something that's randomly bugging out, or?
Well, okay, so on it puts one little point in it. He was on a Euro server and had no issue like that. Maybe it was to
Yeah,
do
I
with
was thinking because
latency and
Noah's
stuff.
Euro.
Yeah, maybe it's a latency issue.
Mm,
I did have a red marker
Yeah,
for at LA server, and which I don't usually have. We're sitting on a LA server now that's got 18 custom mods on it and 15 transports. It's pretty chocked up, and there it goes, just bounced into red.
no. To be fair, we were on a New York server, but that shouldn't make too much of a difference.
Okay, yeah,
not normally,
it
but in this
does.
situation.
Yeah, it's 60 ping for me. New York from LA to New York. 122 ping at LA to a 187 in New York.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
But I mean, even then though, the latency should eventually catch up. You shouldn't permanently be stuck bugged like that.
Yeah.
That's what I couldn't
Normally
work
how
out.
that happens.
And for
Yeah.
one action? Yeah.
Yeah.
Weird. But, all we can
I
do
don't
is the
understand.
right thing is report it.
Well, there is the bonus about that now.
I thought you'd lead into that.
Yeah. In the menu, we can now access the feedback tracker, but it doesn't give you access to the feedback tracker. It just brings up a QR fucking code, so you still have to go through the rigmarole of it all.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's more of a
Yeah.
directional thing.
Okay, I like it, just a link, but you still have to do the whole
Yeah.
It's
log
like
in.
I like it. It's a start. It's a start to them letting us actually fill in feedback tracking. Now, ideally, we'd like to just have a button to click, and it'll send us to the website to do it, instead of just being like, "Here's a QR code, you phone me up,
auto login.
scan it."
Yeah, or tie our...
Yeah, that's right.
Similar to Nitrado, where you've got to link your Nitrado account with your gamer tag account. Done. Yep, I'll spend the 2 minutes doing that little sign-in process, so then I can just go, bang, clip, 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Send.
I mean, would it be so much easier for them to go through and look at clips that people have sent from what's gone on, then sit there and take the time to go through and read a description of what's happened and shit like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
At
just
least then
send
they'll
a
be
link
seeing
straight
it.
through.
Yeah, 100%.
They'd see it and they'd be like, "Oh shit, this is what's happening," instead of trying to read between the lines of what people are writing. And then you get past the point of people going, "Fix the fucking broken game, it's shit, it's shit, it's shit." All they have to come up with is, "This is the issue, sweet."
Yeah. Well, that's why at the end of that clip you saw me go through. I pulled the whole gun apart. I tried everything, and that's how you should clip it and send it to them. So it's a whole rundown of, not that, this one thing's broken. You've actually tried everything and ran through the whole process. Makes life easy for them. But yeah, it should be clip it, send it, done, finished. Let them go through and, this is garbage, delete. But then I suppose, you look at the world of DayZ and the world of trolls. How many people would just be sitting there spamming the shit out of it if it was just as simple as sending a clip?
Yeah,
they come in, you have 7,000 messages. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's it.
True.
There's a whole heap of it makes a little sense, but yeah, I sometimes feel sorry, especially as a server owner, when it comes to the troll effect the DayZ world has. Like, I was on this server the other day, and there was 3 guys just punching the crap out of people. Um, Now you can go across and ban them, but that's no fun. So I just repeatedly came back and kicked the shit out of them until I ended up, we were talking. I mean, there was plenty of banner, but I ended up saying, "All right, you're done," and then they helped me test zombie bowling out. So, you know what I mean? It just seems to be trolling is a culture in DayZ. They're not. It's not like people are out to, get up in the morning and think, "Fuck, what am I going to troll?" It's just like, okay, what are we going to do on DayZ today? Oh well, let's go and troll some shit because that's what you do on DayZ.
Yeah. Yeah,
Um,
very true.
yeah,
Like
go.
that guy that we experienced that that we met down there. Sometimes they just need a little kindness, you know? You just got to be a little bit kind.
Yeah. that was the best.
Changes them. Oh, first strike, first TikTok actual I've had shadowing like before, but this was an official. They actually sent me a message and said, "This is your official strike. Do it again and you're out."
And
So I was
you're
like,
out.
"Oh, okay."
That's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah.
But yeah, you're right. It's sometimes, you just people get on. I mean, we've all done it. Come on, let's all admit we've all sat there and spawn killed and just like I don't know. Sometimes you just load into a game. That's just what you feel like doing. You feel like killing everyone then when they just spawn in. But it's yeah, a little when you talk to these peeps, they're not maybe coming out to specifically be just horrible peeps. They're just plain DayZ.
Yep. 100%. Two Bag says owners have more of an emotional connection to the tail and servers and time gone in to players. It's just a game. 100%. Yeah. Yeah. You could do that connection to the game, but even to the tail of their servers, there's a lot of people that get
Yeah, how
very.
do you get
I got no idea.
tail from game? Tail from game. I don't know. Yeah, yeah. He's blaming. He's like,
Yeah.
oh,
He needs a dialing
it's
wand.
my phone. Yeah, sure, right.
Mr. Lemons. Hello, good sir. An extended cup. We got a little extended cup. We're going to be finishing the day off with some the newest and greatest game that's ever played on TPP, Zombie Bowling. So we've got a brand new course for that set up later on. Can't wait for that. That's hectic. Um, but let's get back to the experimental. The lock crates and coloured keys. What's your thoughts on that?
Oh. Well, I haven't got
Ah,
any because we
yeah.
don't fucking know.
Okay, I'll bring up the next that subject first. It seems like get it off before we get onto the coloured crates. Um, where did I write it? Can't play Sakhal on experimental, even though it's a major update for Sakhal. Thoughts?
Pissed off,
Well,
angry. Why give us and announce all this shit for experimental if we can't even get in there, test it, and try it? At least just leave it for the fucking update as a surprise then, you know?
yeah. Don't mention it. That's right. Just don't mention it. Like, why bother mentioning that as part of the experimental update? It doesn't.
Yep.
Once again, they're just not thinking things through. Or if they did want to add it, well, make somehow like a Sakal server on there. Actually, you know what? If anything, it's only on experimental, maybe, and they can pull it anytime, right? Why
Yeah.
couldn't they just open up a Sakal and let everyone have a little sample of it, even? That
Well,
people that don't own it, and then take it off after a month. I don't know.
it's funny because that's what I said in the Discord when Greedy brought it up the other day. And I was like, well, it makes sense that they're not putting it in because, they want to make money and then people will just go and play EXP and they won't buy Scout. But after writing that, I think the same thing you do. Why not put it
Mm.
on experimental, give people a 2 week taste of it, take it away, and then people are more likely going to be like, oh, fuck yeah, I want to play Scowl again. I might go buy that now.
Exactly. Exactly. Give them a little sample, a little taste of it. And I mean, people do that all the time with games. Hey, we're gonna have like, the next 4 weeks free or something. Like freaking
Yeah, well,
COD and
look at
heaps of games
Reforger.
do it.
Reforger was,
Yeah.
they gave you like, what was it, 4 hours free playtime
Yep.
to test it out and
Yeah.
see if you liked it or not.
Yeah, I burned it early. I should have kept it for later on.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
uh, but yeah, that's. I think what they need to do is they need to work on their wording. Say this is what we're going for update 1.27. This is what we're going to bring to experimental, and I
But it,
think
it,
that will
Yeah.
change
also
the
like
perspective for people.
mm, well, it's like I said last night too. Experimental can be played on PC on different servers.
Yeah, you got to get a
You
you've
know.
you've got to get your own server. So you got to have a standalone unit,
Mm.
and you can put experimental on it. Like I could roll through Sakau's experimental um on the PC, no problems at all. And I
See,
probably
and
should to clip a whole heap of shit, but I
that's
can't be
it.
bothered setting it all up.
Well, why should we have to? We're console players. That's what
Yeah.
we're here for.
So from what I can
Yeah.
see from what's going on in the actual back world of the why we can't, DayZ Experimental's classed as a demo, and either you can't get or merge stuff with the DLCs with the demo, or like Xbox, you'll need to purchase uh, a separate DLC for Sakal to be able to play in the experimental.
Hmm.
Because experimental is its own game on its own. Even though it's a mimic of DayZ itself, it's its own game on its own. So,
Shouldn't they like
I got no.
preemptive things like that? Like sort of say, okay, when we release this, what are we going to do about experimental? Oh, let's give them 2 codes if you buy Sakal, one for experimental, one for the main game.
Yeah, yeah.
You know?
That's. I just don't think they have that foresight yet, especially in the console world, because this issue doesn't come up in the PC world about getting on experimental, getting on the new stuff, checking out what's going to happen, that sort of lines of. So it's a very strange setup that they have to jump through, and the loopholes that they have to go through to actually get it to, I suppose, work. I'll come back to those
Well,
comments.
I mean, I guess it's something that they wouldn't have foreseen because Sakal being so new and then focusing on adding a lot of things to Sakal to keep it updated and fresh for people. I really don't think that they would have thought, oh shit, people are going to be like, now we can't even play what you're adding into experimental. I don't think that actually would have crossed their mind properly.
Mm, but surely, especially that, especially since Livonia was easily flicked on as soon as it was part of the game and no longer a DLC. That's the only evidence that I can see that there's got to be some sort of you can't do it because it's a DLC. Lemon says it's because it's separate Xbox ID for the DLC. They needed to make a whole new build for DayZ Experimental that has Sakal built into it, like they did for the streamer event.
Yeah, all right, get on that then.
Yeah. Or, you know what? Don't do that. Do what they did with the game in Arena and put all the elements, put the lock crates in, put the new gun there, build a little a little arena for people to actually go out and try all the new stuff. Put some bushes, snap sticks, all the SMGs. You know, there's no reason why they can't do that sort of thing. Even if they got the community to do it, there's hundreds of coders in console land that will happily put that together, even if it's just the arena and they add the rest. But that's an easy
you know
solve.
what? I was just thinking that, like, why don't they obviously, because we've talked about this has come up so many times. Do they actually have people that go on and test these things before they release them? Like, did they have a team that went on and played experimental before they actually like released it? And to like we were talking about with playing like different servers as well. Shouldn't they have like say I don't know, like we would do it. We would totally do it for free. They say, okay, we've got our 50 Xbox testers here. Hey guys, we're about to release this on experimental. Jump on, give us some feedback. But they could have people apply for it. They could have their set 50 people that they use over and over again, all from different continents, areas to get on, test
Big
it out,
demograph.
test out the lag, test it out how it runs. Yeah, big demographic and have, yeah, I mean, take much to
I
set
think,
that up, and people would
well,
totally do it for free.
I think the only problem with that is because they're not releasing it straight to the stable, you'd have to have a dev kit Xbox to be able to do it. You would. They wouldn't be able to just release it to just 50 people. Otherwise, they'd have to
Yeah, but
create a separate thing like they did for the streamer event.
yeah,
And
but
I
why
can't see
can't
them
they
doing
just?
that.
Yeah, but if why can't they set up just like an experimental server with a password?
Hmm.
You can't get
Because then I
away
think
from
that
us.
opens
We'll
it up
work
a
out how
box
to
of
fix your shit. Don't worry about that.
no problem there. It opens Pandora's box with the have-nots. So you'd have the whole situation of how we did on console, where we were invited to the streamer event and we got all pissy. You'd get people that are going, hang on, why are their experimental servers locked that only some people can get into? That's not fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, unless they had like, they rotated it so people could apply every time. But I don't know. I think that personally, I would like that someone, number one, that they're giving console that consideration and that
Mm.
they're, taking those steps to let the console community, you know, test it out beforehand. Like I want my people to test it out.
Yep.
I don't care who it is.
Bobby
I don't know.
says, do you think the mods coming from PS Arm or Reforger will speed up mods for DayZ? Yep. 100%.
Yeah.
Noah says,
If Sony allow
there you go.
Sony allowed, then yeah, definitely it's going to speed it up hard, yeah.
100%. Noah says, I do that, test the shit out of it. They had that before, a private server for only the chosen ones. I don't know if they had a private server for only the chosen ones. I don't remember that.
Oh, I think he means like
Yeah, because that's
like
when they're updating
with
it, bud.
Sakhal with PC.
Yeah, no, he's talking about when all the servers are down and only 2 people on the
Oh,
only official with a password up. They're maybe just not allowed to. I don't think they're too lazy. I don't think that. I mean, they work quite hard to jam all this shit out. I did see a comment somewhere back there that they shouldn't be going to instead of work. Instead of working on the game, they are visiting the DayZ places in real life. Well, they've got to. That's how you do research. That's how you get the feel and
yeah.
stuff like that. And if
Well,
it's
not only,
if it's the video with marks in it, that's his first trip. And I don't give a shit what you say. If I'm going to Prague, that is my first trip. DayZ headquarters, and there's just to wander around and see the wells and all that sort of things.
yeah, but it's not only that, but every company has team building.
Yes,
You
correct.
can't say that people aren't allowed to go and bond together, so they work better together. That's just
Correct.
yeah.
It's a cool video too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Um,
It is. I like that one.
yeah.
And I think as well, like what you're saying, like having like the, referencing like the elite as well. The main thing that pissed off peeps when they released Sakhal early to the streamers was because it was streamers only. Like, and
Yeah.
that's what the community was upset. Well, they were upset about that it was streamers only, and also upset because it was like console when involved at all. So I think even if they had a handful of testers on console, you make it, they're just players. I don't think anyone would complain about that.
No, and
I
it
don't
shouldn't
think
be
they'd see them
any
as elite.
streamers. It should be the coders. It should be, the people
Just
out
anyone,
there.
players. I mean, there's
No. It should be modders and coders to start off with. No streamers, no players. The people
Oh, yeah.
behind the scenes, building the servers. Reputable people who have, put their time in and efforts to perfect their game. They should be the ones doing it. Shouldn't be televised. It shouldn't be streamed. Should be nothing. It should be say, hey, we see how much you can do with the
No
code.
streaming.
Come and have a look at this. Come and help us with this.
Yeah. And that should be as well. They should say, like, have them, agree to something saying that, no footage would be released because that's
Yeah.
not the intent.
Yep. So it definitely should be a streamer event. It should be a to the gritty people that you don't even hear about or know about who get pushed through by others in the community to say, hey, this guy does good work. But yeah, all right. So that's the why he didn't bring Sakau to experimental. Let's talk about the lock crates and the coloured keys. T-Bag says, I like them. Great idea. People want locked gates, I believe. Lock gates and a DNA card style mod. Now they gave it to us. Yeah, so you'd be able to use these crates to be able to create locked doors very easily.
Oh,
Because it's...
Yeah.
didn't even think about that.
Yeah, so what they are a normal style military container crate. There's 4 coloured keys, 4 coloured locks. Your key will last 2 or 3, 4, depending on the randomness of opening the lock. And they only open to those keys and they open both sides. So first thing that was brought up was straight up using the keys as a way to get into bases. So DayZ gambling, 100%. You could get your talk show host and would you like door number 1, door number 2, or pick your everyone put your keys in a jar and whoever keys you grab, you get to take them to the container for the night.
Yeah.
All the partners go in the containers and then all the keys go in the what do you call it? You just got to find the right container.
And it also
Mystery
opens
day.
up so much more style for servers. So now we can get that PC style where we find keys around the map that'll open up special loot rooms or special loot containers now. I like it. It's a good addition.
Yep, definitely. And T-Bag says
And
that scale it up and you got a big ass lock up room you can use. So you just got to scale it a little bit
But not
bigger.
only that, if we go to the whole issue that we had with the containers on Sakal, that it was too easy to go and get that gear.
Correct.
Now it adds a little bit more to actually being able to go get that gear. It's not so simple now.
Yes. So we're gonna bring that up a little bit later on that, aren't we, bruv? I don't want to burn your news early.
Yeah. Well,
I'll slip
actually, you know what
slip
else
that
was
into
thinking?
the end. Yeah, I heard you thinking I got that lock in now. She's thinking, oh fuck, this would be perfect time, and I'll put that in and talk about that, and then all my business is ruined. No, I'll slide that into the end. Where we get those keys and stuff will be some of the news that Bruv brought. one of the biggest video content. I actually saw a funny comment in the DayZ dev stream where they released all this, that there'll be an always streams video out 5 minutes after they had finished their stream. So we'll pick up with your business afterwards.
Yeah.
What about 2 updates to the map over 2 updates to the game? So we've had more areas and checkpoints added into, plus the geothermal upgrade on the first update. And this update has the lock containers, the new weapon sounds, the new areas and streets in the south, new housing, a new gun.
Something very, very mysterious on one of the islands.
Yes, that we'll talk about
Which is
later.
one good thing that yes, okay. Yes.
Yeah. Go. You just keep going.
Well, I just think it's good that they are still adding on to Sakhal. So it just goes to show that it wasn't a finished thing, that we did just get a rush of, here you go, here's the map, we'll slowly release content for you. I think it's a really good move on the dev's part.
Yeah.
Because before, even not an update, but in between each update, they're still allowing us to have content, so you still want to go back and play it again.
That's right. Just go. I mean, I think a lot of people are just going out and visiting. I mean, when 1.27 out comes out, it'll be a scramble for the bunkers. There's fireworks going out underneath. Maybe a scramble for the bunkers.
There's quite a few on the server.
For the new VSD, the Dragonoff that's come out. So when it launches, there'll be a good... Yeah, I'll bring up your gun. Go on, do your spiel on the gun.
No one likes the VSD. My God.
That's why we've got fireworks, alright? That's why we've got fireworks. Because the best gun ever is finally coming. The best gun ever.
So, what do you know the differences between it?
So basically, it's just the only difference is that they're saying in game is just wood style variant of VSD.
Yep.
But my God,
It's
it looks beautiful.
It's just a wooden style version.
design of it?
Yeah.
Yeah, but
It looks good.
It looks like it's Dragonoff.
Yeah, it looks like it's.
So the VSD doesn't quite look like the Dragonoff. It looks like a real modern version of it. At least this one looks like a proper AK version Dragonoff.
Yep.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Yeah, we thought you like that.
Gonna look good on my back.
I'm impressed.
Got a picture for your business? I haven't seen a picture. I haven't seen a picture yet.
Oh, you want me to find? I can find the
I haven't
picture.
seen a picture of it yet. That looks beautiful, Smiley. Best gun you'll ever see.
All right. Oh yeah, I'll see. I'm all for looks. I'll take looks over personality anytime.
I don't know if they've got much on the wiki. No, they don't have the variant. So there's, apart from what's on the picture, which you really can't see
Night night,
much
Scout
of
Speeder.
that. Just popped in before bed. We'll say, well done on 2 years. Appreciate you, bud. Been a big help on that. I do appreciate you. It's good to see your YouTube exploding at the moment. If you get out there and see Mr. Scale Speeder's YouTube, he's pumping some hard armor reforger stuff. Some really good stuff. Like in the early days of DayZ when it was fresh for its modding. And all you saw was Mr. Scale Speeder pumping the stuff out. Go and check it out. It's absolutely great work. But yeah, I can't find a decent photo. Wooden handles. It looks nice. It looks much better.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah. But once again, just a reskin.
Okay. So functionality, it's still going to work as as is.
Yep.
As perfect as the young one is.
Yep. And from Mr. Wobo said, there's going to be an adjustment on 762 by, what are they? Not 3.9, they're 5.4. Mosen's getting an adjustment. VND's getting an adjustment. SV89's going to get an adjustment. So if you want any
Adjustment how?
that's all that was put. No ups, no downs, no, just adjustment.
Just adjustment.
See, again, because we don't have sakhal, we can't actually go.
Can't test it. Yep. It does look very, very nice. It is a very nice looking weapon. It does bring that silvery, very ugly looking VSD, gives it a good light.
Whoa! Oh,
It's disgusting, horrible, worthless.
Yeah.
weapon.
You get punched, I don't
They
get
made it
punched.
Took it to the plastic surgeon and said, "Do something."
Dude, that's what. Ugh. Give it a makeover. This thing is drab. I am very impressed with the new sounds. The SMG weapons upgrade, the stick snapping in the bush. That's cool. But yeah, definitely the new SMGs. That's another round of guns that have had a little extra grunt added to them. Victory brings up another point. The new slot that's added to the backpack, inches toward backpack, looks awesome, and it's so useful. Yeah, I had a rangefinder in one side. I had 2 compasses. If I see someone walk around with 2 compasses on their backpack, I will bow to them. That is legendary stuff. Yep.
you see, here's the
To see,
I
even
have-
Lemon knows he's keen.
The big issue I have, okay? I don't use compasses, I don't use rangefinders, and I hardly ever use a radio. So those 2 slots to me are worthless.
Yep.
That
And
explains a
with
lot.
And with the tool slot, I mean, what the only thing I can really see me carrying on there is the hatchet, because I ain't carrying a fucking lead pipe or a
No.
crowbar around.
But the machete went on. That was cool.
Yeah, but I don't know. I just think it's a little bit underwhelming.
A little
Cool
bit.
addition, but gameplay wise for an experienced player, underwhelming.
But
Mm.
a good step in the right direction. And Lemons brings it up there. Now we need a mag slot for pouches.
That would be
Oh
good.
yeah.
You know what I mean? This is what this little start, this little knit. Yeah, who wants a double compass except for me and Lemons? But it brings out, maybe a mag slot on your pants, maybe a gun slot for your boot, maybe all these little things that can just be added to different items, and that's right. And we've seen plenty of prequels blow out to major things. So yeah, I do like that slot in the back. I do like the sounds. The sounds were pretty cool. The range of the infected. Did anyone pick that up while they were experimental? How far you can hear infected?
Oh, has that
No.
changed?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I didn't actually.
Are they
And I
are they
was-
louder?
They are super loud.
Really? From a
Yeah.
distance?
From a distance, yeah. I wonder if I could find. I could probably. Might be too hard to find it. There was a point there that I was down at the factories after I suicided, and you can hear they sound like they're right next to you. That's how close they sounded.
Oh, is that a bad thing though?
Well, it's not, because I think that's now the lead into. I'll have to search. I'll put it up on TikTok. And Americans, I'll put it up on YouTube so the rest of the world can see it now. Um, but
Mm,
they couldn't hear me, even though I was moving, but I could clearly hear them. And it sounded like you were in a bush and they're walking past it. And they were, a good distance, probably further than here to behind me at the end of the stage. And they sounded like they were
okay.
right next to me. Bushy Wolf, hello, how you doing? Lady Ponce, welcome, welcome. But yeah, so that not that they pick you up and make it louder. It's more of the fact of it's just an indicator that they're there. But yeah,
Okay.
very strange, very strange. I'll have to get a clip up and we'll bring it up next week. What about how many people were on experimental? It was fucking dead.
Yeah. I think a lot of that's to do with the a lot of the issues that experimental's having though,
Yeah,
I would say.
the
Yeah, if more people are having the issues with the inventory, what's the point? You can't,
Yeah.
you know.
If it if it's unplayable or you have to relog every 5 minutes, it's kind of gets a bit tedious.
100%, 100%.
Yeah.
So we'll have to see about numbers and stuff after that's fixed on the next update. Miss Turner, welcome, welcome. We're going to talk about a bit more of the new dynamic event that's. We talked about the crates and the key card, and that little adventure will be next. What's the next big thing for Sakhal? Is the volcano going to erupt?
It better.
God,
That better be on
it
the cards in the future, man. I swear.
has
I
to.
was has to. You can't just
Well,
have a volcano sitting there dormant the whole time and not do anything. What's the point of adding it in the first place?
Correct.
yeah, here.
Yep.
It's just like roaming around New Zealand and none of our fucking volcanoes actually work. They just show.
Yeah. It's the same here in Australia. We got big dominating volcanoes that are fast asleep. They spat their bit and they go on the bed. They'll wake up one day.
Yeah,
Uh,
I've got a petrified forest at the end of my street.
yep.
Got the evidence. It was here.
Victory says, I think the key crates are a good first step direction to make the cow flow. 100%. Also find it's stop that, get a spark plug, fly out there, grab the good stuff. Means you have to go on an adventure. To be fair, I think they got bigger plans for the crates. Only 2 of the 4 will be spawning on official. Yeah, so I do think there'll be a large. It's only a little tiny piece, and it'll probably take. We looked at 2 years before Livonia got a new taste. If we had 8 updates on Sakau over every update for the next 2 years, and they added more and more and more and more and more, I think that's the better way to go.
Yeah. I mean,
Oh,
like
yeah.
we said
Do you want
earlier, it's a smart move from the devs to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, my first thoughts, because we do this in Australia. We go out, buy a block of land in the middle of nowhere, buy a shipping container, turn it into a tiny home.
Yep.
So when I saw we could lock the fuckers, I'm like, I'm making tiny homes.
Well, and that's what people will
random
do.
tiny houses.
That's what people will do.
Yeah, fuck
Yeah,
yeah.
100%.
Like, but I'm gonna fit them out and everything. I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna put fridges and beds in there. I'm gonna say, yeah, here's your key to your little tiny home. Joy.
Joey, all 4 years, because there's only 4 colours in the keys, so you can only have 4 houses.
Yeah.
You can almost do
Oh, I did.
Airbnb style.
Oh yeah, Airbnb. That's actually a great
Airbnb,
idea.
that's it. Come and stay safely for the night with
Airbnb.
you and your gear in Smiley's M4 PvP. Hear the gunshots rain out as you stay nice and safe in your locked container.
Yeah. And if you're lucky, if you pay a little bit extra, you can get the one that's up on the hill with the plunge pool.
That's it. That's it.
Just say.
Pre-made. Pre-made. Have your own spa and everything.
I put in a free bottle of vodka and some snacks in the beer fridge, in the bar fridge. Sorry.
Oh shit. Before we jump off the subject, I'm going to show you Bruv's news because it's directly involved in this. And Bruv, you can take the lead after this.
Alrighty. I take the lead cue.
The shipwreck on DayZ's island.
The first one for everybody.
The ship.
Don't fuck it up.
Oh, pressure's on. All right.
Shipwreck on DayZ's island coast has a bit of a secret. Although it looks like a normal shipwreck, it's actually one of the only places you can find these. These keys can be used to open Sakhal's newly adjusted crates. Just match the colour with the lock and enjoy. Follow for more updates. The ship.
Short and sweet.
There they are. Tiny homes,
Tiny homes.
$50 a night.
$50 a night? Fuck me, Dad. That's cheap.
Yeah, it's cheap. It's cheap, mate. It's cheap.
100%.
It's yeah. So
Ace Vaz.
TikTok.
Cheers,
Right.
bro.
So first, there's the okay. There's your shipping containers and the keys that we touched on before.
Yep.
So that is pretty exciting news. But yeah, in the world of TikTok land, so it's coming up. What is it tomorrow for the US peeps? It's their last day. How does everyone feel about that?
Completely
Do you
banned,
reckon it'll
are
come
they?
back up? Yeah. So what happened was just before. So Biden brought it in. This is what I've pieced together.
Yep.
Given, remember, I get all my news from TikTok. So you take this with a grain of salt. But this is what TikTok tells me. I don't watch news. I watch TikTok. Okay, so Biden brought it in where he's like, yeah, no, they've got, they're stealing our information, blah blah blah.
Yep.
We're banning this. We're kicking this.
T's and C's
out
have
of
Chinese
the country.
access to it.
Exactly. So then, just before he said his goodbye, Biden turned around and said, you know what? I don't really care about TikTok. Do what you want. But it had already gone to the Royal Commission or whatever it is. Oh no, that's us, isn't it? Or whoever it is.
The
who's
Congress.
their legal peeps over
The
there,
Senate.
whatever.
Yeah,
State
Senate.
Senate.
Yeah, whatever they've got. Yeah. So and it went through the other day to vote on it, and they voted that it's still to go ahead. So when Trump comes in, however, Trump has he was actually asked in one of his recent interviews or whatever about TikTok, and he turned around and said, you know what, I actually really like TikTok. I've actually got a real soft spot for it. TikTok's my friend. I like the people in TikTok land, and I'm going to see what I can do about bringing it back in. So, but saying that, because they've already had their legal system gone through and it's actually been, voted on and, basically been put in place, I don't know how
They're going to reverse it.
I don't understand how the US works. Yeah, I don't know if
Yeah, so they're got to contest the
would
bill.
have the power.
Nah, what they've got to do is take it to Congress, and then someone's got to contest the bill of why they should remove the bill.
Yeah, so whether he can be bothered doing that, whether he's just going to jump in and, get into his drone action or whatever's happening over there at the moment, not sure. But so, saying that, so what did the TikTok people do when this all happened? No, they didn't say, okay, we'll go
Storm
on
the
YouTube
Capitol?
or we'll go on Instagram. No, that they've all done is to rebel against it. they've found another Chinese app, which
Yeah.
is called
Yeah.
Red Note. And they have, yeah, so they have willingly, all the US peeps signed up to Red Note. They're having a fantastic time over there. And they have actually signed to say, you can have all our information. We don't care. Take our information. And the Chinese peeps and the CEO on Red Note are like, oh shit, okay. And now they've got an influx. They're calling them refugees. Red Note people are calling them refugees. They're like, welcome, refugees, welcome. And yeah, so the Red Note CEO has jumped in there, tidied up some things, tried to make it look a little bit, run a little bit smoother and similar to TikTok. American peeps are a little bit put out because the quality of TikToks over on Red Note and in China are, they're
Abysmal.
like movies. No, they're like full crafted, beautiful things, and the US peeps are like, oh God, we're plebs. We're really going to lift
I
our
gotta
game
lift
here.
that game up. They got
Us just-
studios
us
making
just, like-
making stuff for them, and there's Billie Jean at home doing her dance in a little top, thinking that a titties are gonna,
kitchen.
thinking a titties are gonna fucking get a population of these people with full dramatic art.
I'll just actually think about the peeps lying in, you know how they do the ones where they go, I'm just lying in bed right now, and it's just a picture of their face, and they're just lying there in bed. They're really not doing anything, and yet they get like
10,000
they
views.
just put a funny caption, they get 1 million views. They're like, nah, you're gonna have to do better. You're gonna have to do better than that.
Oh well, that's pretty hectic, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you want to see how Red Note works before you jump over there, there are some TikToks on there and some TikToks from people from Red Note. It's quite funny actually. So you can, people are taking screenshots and clips of some of the what the clips actually look like in Red Note, and they are mind blowing. I have in the comments I read on some of them, like there were some Australian people who were trying to get on. Apparently they were having difficulties finding access to the app, so it may not be available in all countries, but apparently it's available in the US.
the US, that's where you're heading. You're gonna become united with the Chinese.
Yeah, they love them, absolutely love them, and it's I saw this one TikTok of this Chinese girl, and she was so excited. She said that in school they have these tests that they do every year. Part of your English assignment or whatever, and one of the parts of the English assignment it says because they're taught English from day dot over there,
Yep.
so a lot of them do speak English and quite well, and they were saying in what they are taught and they have to do every year is pretend that you have a PayPal, a what is it, pen pal,
pen pal.
pen pal in not a PayPal, a pen pal in a different country, such as and they say, and their name is Jenny or Sally or Ben, and you have to write them a letter and tell them about your culture and have a chat to them. And she was like, it's like this, we've been preparing for this for years.
Yeah,
and
that's
years,
it.
And finally,
How to talk to
our
the
pen pals are
Americans.
here.
That's it. That's cool.
Yeah.
That's hectic,
They
isn't
actually
it?
get to speak with them. They said for years they were wondering why they had to do these assignments. Now, here is the day where they actually get to meet people. Another person mentioned as well his experience. He's quite a popular TikTok creator. He went over there and he's, started following some people, became friends, and he said, wow, they are very friendly. Like over here we go, yeah, I'll be a friend, and then that's it.
That's it. Follow.
We just, yeah, follow, and I'll look at your stuff if it pops up on my screen, my For You page or whatever. But over there, when you friend someone, they take that shit serious. So one guy was like, I've been up since 5 a.m. because these people are so nice and they keep sending me messages and actually talking and having
Welcoming it and
conversations
saying,
with me,
hello,
asking me
welcome. How
my
you
day
doing?
is."
How's things going? It's culture and respect. Culture and respect.
Culture and respect, exactly.
That's it.
Respectful of your person's time and messages, and they reply on time and within a significant time frame. And yeah, so anyway,
That's cool.
we'll see what happens
We'll see what
to
happens to the
TikTok
TikTok
when they do
world.
have a.
It's a big shame
well,
because it's a lot of advertisement direction for DayZ.
a lot of businesses.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking. See, they're wiping that out. That's a whole we don't have it in Australia, but I don't know if you knew this, Bruv and Q, but they have TikTok stores. You know how like we have Facebook
Like Apple,
Marketplace?
yeah, or, okay, like that. Not like the Apple Store or
Yeah.
anything like that.
No, it's like where normal people
Can just post their products.
advertise stuff and post their products. Yeah. So TikTok has that. They have like a marketplace sort of thing where you can buy stuff. So that's a big chunk of. Imagine if that was your only outlet for your business was selling
Yeah.
it on TikTok marketplace.
Or you build up a
yeah.
business on it. Surely you'd be able to get a VPN and split your computer over to Australia and run it that way. But it's also,
A lot of people have said that, yeah.
but the millions of people no longer being able to see you.
Well, I mean, a lot of people, their actually job is creating content on TikTok,
Yeah.
and they're getting paid for the content on TikTok. Like, there's a lot of people, and
Lots,
be
massive
instantly
US
jobless.
creators.
Well, imagine you've gathered up 5 million followers, 6 million followers. You're getting 1 million views a day. That's your income. All of a sudden, that's gone, taken. Yeah, and most of these ones
Yeah.
are young. They've come straight out of school. The fuck are they going to do?
Yeah.
They ain't going to pick up a hammer and
Yeah.
start building.
Well, not only that, they've probably started that little run since they were 14. They've come out of school,
Yeah.
had an income of it, know nothing else, never worried about anything else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. So I guess lesson learned, build up your following on TikTok and YouTube.
And multiple, use every social aspect that, yeah.
And also a little ripple effect as well, because a lot of social media peeps was just pissed off in general with, how their social media is functioning primarily in the US at the moment. Well, Facebook, aka Meta, I should say Meta, has had a fat drop in shares. A lot of people have closed their Facebook accounts. No longer Facebook is on its way out. Meta apparently is also on its way out. Apparently, once again, this is in TikTok. This is TikTok news, peeps.
Yep. This is
Take it as
online
you want.
news. Conspiracies.
Conspiracy.
That's it.
Yeah, so remember, always do your research and Google the stuff that comes out of my mouth because it may not be true. Yes, so that is also happening at the moment. Massive down to Meta. So if anyone wants to jump on that bandwagon, apparently we're all closing down our Facebook accounts and uninstalling Facebook, and just so that we can watch their shares drop and it all just fade away. So there's that.
Yep.
And that's
So the internet's, in 2025, the internet's going through a major change. Victory says it's been extended 90 days. I'm sure eventually it will come to a conclusion. The app is too valuable to lose such as a large market. Turner says,
extended to 90 days.
Didn't this happen in and again country? I think people just move to another country where they could continue their content. And it's quite the sacrifice, though, moving from your home nation. Yeah, people just went, well, I'm too big online, I'm going to move. I'll go to a country where, I mean, if you're earning millions of dollars and can be able to do that, that's fair enough.
Well,
Yeah,
I
but
mean, let's
what if,
look at what happened with people like with the COVID lockdowns. I mean, I had like knew so many people that packed up and went, all right, I'm just going to go live in Bali or Thailand. And they just went over there and because they can work from home.
Yep.
So, and never came back. They never came back because they're still working from home. With the whole work from home, so you're probably onto a good thing there. I mean, why not? Just,
Yeah.
I mean, you wouldn't really have to. You could just go over there, make like for 3 months, make a shit, ton of content, 12 months of content,
And
and
slowly
just
upload it.
set it up so it auto,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yep.
You can set up your content to post at certain times and certain days, set it all up, bam,
yeah, but the problem
done.
is with that is a lot of the viewership. How many of those viewers are going
I'm
to be
American. That's the biggest thing as a
There's going to
viewers.
be a big
Oh,
chunk
yeah,
of your viewership gone.
Just be warned,
yeah.
I didn't reset the server, so we're going to restart in 2 minutes. Just to let you know, if we blank out, so we'll be back. I just looked down there and saw
Oh,
we
buddy.
will shut down in 2 minutes.
That's when Q should do his business.
Usually, no, we'll come back and Q can do his business, and then we'll go and jump on and crack some zombie bowl, and we can get the people in the chat involved. So punch up your Xboxes, get yourself sorted out. We're going to come back and do Mr. Q's business, and then we're going to jump on the brand new zombie bowl. And if you want to come play, TGP Minigames is the server. Don't fight each other yet. Server hasn't restarted. It's going to be the longest 2 minutes in history. But it's funny how these
look,
big
we got
popular
that bus.
ads, that's it, popular apps are slowly but surely getting
God damn it! Fuck up.
taken to a point where, they're getting cornered by government lines and government officials to be able to bow to their wishes. If they're not paying, if TikTok creators were paying massive amounts of revenue to the government, would they still be keen to get rid of it? And I can understand why they got rid of it. It was all about the youth and how the youth were being ran into it. But yeah, I think it was a nation that Twitch was banned on. Oh, I don't know about that. I know Kick's banned on a few countries. I think Twitch is banned in China. They have their only. China has a very strict actual multimedia policies when it comes to social media. Even to the point that if your grades and stuff and your work life doesn't are satisfactory for the government's needs, they'll actually restrict your gaming time. So you won't be able to get onto the internet, and that's government based. South Korea is the one that banned Twitch. Yeah, it's about control. It's about social media as a weapon, 100%. Spaz, we've used it ourselves. I mean, we talked about that at the start, where we used social media to put our points across about DayZ Unite, the streamer event, and they were heard. And they were heard that, not only did we use Twitch, but I used X to express my opinions and a lot of opinions. So, not banned. You can still stream it. You just can't monetize on Twitch in South Korea. Yeah, that's right. You can still get access to everything and still stream it in. You just can't actually make money on it. Where's my server? Usually what I do is restart the server before we launch. I don't have this problem. Please be patient while we discuss and bring back this technical difficulty. But it is hectic. And you as people out there, your social media is important to you. I mean, it started off connecting us with Facebook. Facebook was, Ponzi redeemed an on-screen celebration. But, there we go. Lady Pond's dropping the fat booties. Peasant's back first. Peasant's back first. We appreciate you. And we do appreciate everyone coming out and helping us celebrate our 2-year run. It is pretty hectic. Oh, stick drift. There's bruv. Mic test. Mic test.
Check, check.
Check, check.
Hello?
Hello?
Yep, I can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay.
But yes, all right. So our social media outlets are slowly but surely getting political influence involved and slowly but surely getting shut down. So we'll keep an eye out. We'll update you with the TikTok world and see how that unfolds. And bruv, I'd like to actually find out from you if there's a change in your viewership.
Do you mean like
Like if views
people
go
who view my
down,
TikToks?
yeah, you know, or if you
Oh
see,
yeah, definitely. I'll keep a
I know you know quite a lot of
Yeah.
creators, so if their viewership's gone down,
yeah. Well, once it kicks in, well, it depends on if what Victory says is true, if they give it another 90 days or not. But if it does kick in like on the US Sunday, which is tomorrow, I'll see how it goes over next week.
yeah,
But when you go in and have a look at, insights on TikTok, you can see, where your views are coming from, countries, age groups, gender, things like that. So there is actually probably about half of mine are US.
oh, so there you
So
go.
yeah, could definitely have a bit of a kick.
That'd be a kick. Mr. Trump going to announce that it was going to do it after the inaug on Monday. There you go. So it all goes down to presidency and political powers going into a free social media world. It's very interesting, isn't it?
But
Very
saying that, if
interesting.
he's doing it after Monday and TikTok's going to shut down, I think on like midnight on Sunday, does that mean that the content creators will like lose their accounts
No, you won't lose your
and then have to
accounts.
start again?
You just have to lose your access, I'd say, or your monetization. Because you're registered
Anyway,
to
will be
a
interesting.
because you're registered to America, you might have to, you lose your monetization for it, like they did with Twitch and South Korea.
Mm.
Yeah, have to have a squiz. All right, Mr. Q,
Yeah.
we've got a fresh server
All right.
for a fresh set of news from Mr. Q.
Well, my news isn't so much news, it's more of a rant.
Yep, rant
Rant
away.
about bugs and fucking issues in the game. So I lost this account for like 3 days, 4 days. Alright?
Oh,
Yep.
And it's because of the horrible bug that happens when you go to log into a server and it says unable because you were still logged into a previous server.
Yep.
Now I thought that this was just a community server issue until last night when I noticed you had the same issue when you were logging into officials.
I still have the same issue. I can't play on my greedy peasant account. I'm currently on my OG main account because I can't find the server that I was last logged into, and so I can't actually go onto any servers on my account. Fucking shit.
Well, do you want to know how I got mine back?
Yeah, tell me, how'd you do it?
I have no fucking idea. I logged on today and I was able to log in.
Only took you 3 days though, right? Only a mere 3 days.
Only a mere 3 days of going through many community servers of, is it this one? No. Could it be this one? No. And I was at the point where I was like, shit, am I going to have to change accounts and finally create an alt? Like, as I was last night running on official, I didn't create an alt because I'd never fucking do that. I just got my son to log in front of his accounts.
You were on an alternative account. You were on an account.
It got to the point where, like, I love my account, and as many hours as I fucking have, I'm proud of the amount of hours that I've got. If I had to throw this account away, it'd be like starting with square one my hours, and it would have pissed me the fuck off.
Yep.
Now, for surely they know about this issue because this has been happening for 2 updates now.
Yep.
Fix the fucking servers!
Yep.
Yeah, I believe it or not, I did my very first bug tracking last night, and that's what it was for. Because I was so pissed off.
Yeah, Mr. Teabag brings up a point. They have supposedly been have been DDoS attacked for the last month or so, only affecting Nitro officers on PCs and console. Official on PC console. Yeah, so something's going on. There's something in the background. As I said, if you see Greedy on any of the community servers or official just standing there chilling, just kill him so he can get off the server. He's somewhere. But it is painful. And there is no way to unlock it. So it's not just...
I have no idea how it came back.
No. It's an old bug that was around a while ago. And it's back. It seems to, these bugs keep looping out. I am looking forward to a major overhaul of DayZ itself, and I'm hoping DayZ 2 will be the new code, the adding with Armor, Reforger, engine, and all the mods and stuff. I think it will take it absolutely to massive places. But it is brutal, Spaz. Bohemia communication is terrible. They need to acknowledge this is happening 100%. Do they have a community manager? Yeah, they got a couple.
Marks.
Yep. So,
Marks.
well, it's not about fix
Fix
it. Just communicate it. Get onto the bug tracker. As I said, it happened to me. I'll do the run through. Yelling at the peasant doesn't help, all right? I'd be happy to be community manager. It'd be interesting to see what the underlying processes are of Bohemia Interactive, and why the communications issues, even though they know about it, while the little mistakes like this. What's he doing behind me? Oh, he's got fireworks going.
It's been creepy.
Yeah, they need a console community manager to direct feed. And you know what? That's what all this podcast is all about. That's why we say to you, bring up your concerns, bring up your issues, voice your opinions. Because we do like to just talk about them. We do like to discuss them. Especially if you DM me and say, hey, Greedy, can you talk about this on the podcast? If you don't want to directly bring it up. Because we don't mind. And if it's brutal enough and I say no, just ask Bruv or ask Q. Because I'll just bring it up over the top of me.
Yeah. Yeah. We have no filter.
That's it. That's it. And they know how to dance around it. The correct. No, you guys know how to dance around it very well. And I found that some of the difficult situations that we've tippy-toed into, we've talked about in a political way without being too detrimental to anybody or defaming anyone.
Yeah.
Yeah. But 100% on your rant with you, and yeah, still stuck in the got no idea what server. Even I went back to my VODs and tried to find where I was.
Moral of the story, if you log on to a server now, favourite that motherfucker.
Yes.
That way you know how to at
Yes.
least go through which servers it could have been.
Yep. But they do need a previous service tab. I think that would make life a lot easier, especially when you're bouncing around and doing different stuff with different people. Definitely. Yeah, there is no tiptoe with Smiley, more like smash bang.
And deal with the consequences later.
That's it. But all right.
I haven't actually had that bad of consequences, surprisingly.
No, and
Still here, aren't I?
well, and we run a good a show. As I said, you tiptoe quite around it, all right. In celebration of our 2 years, Mr. Q, fire these fireworks, and then let's do our leap of faith and go play some zombie bowling.
Let's leap into the fireworks. Let's be one with the fireworks.
Oh, I can't take it anymore! Ah!
Whee!
100%. That's what it's all about. And that's why they bring such quality co-hostmanship. But if you want to come and join us, this is where we are. TPG mini games. Come and run the zombie bowling with us. Yeah, remember when it was 6 games? And I'm like, yeah, we've got to keep it as 6 games.
Yeah.
We're at 15.
I had an idea today too. There was someone running around on there by himself, and they were a bit bored. And they were like, "Oh, do you want to come play with us?" I was like, "No, I can't. Sorry." I was like, "There's a couple of good games that you can do by yourself." But remember, then we had the Tunnel of Death on Smiley's server, where there was fucking heaps of zombies and shit.
Yeah.
It'd be cool to add
Yeah.
one of those in, so people could just go PvP by
Solo
themselves.
And just go punch the...
That's not a bad idea.
Oh. Very interesting. Where you just have the scenario where you just gun down as many infected as possible. Might have to get screw looses, snow one again. Zombie bowling. That's it. Get your little jump on. Oh, she ran again.
Yeah. Get your little jump on.
You gotta break a leg. Kill her.
Sorry.
Nah, you gotta die, bruv. You gotta break a leg. There's no...
Nice,
Yeah.
Smiley.
Remember, jump when you come in. Don't run.
Okay.
All right, zombie bowling. Pick yourself probably a Humvee or a Gunter, as they have the most balls.
Zombie bowling.
And while you do that, I will move to the view station. And make sure you put your... Oh, I gotta get a radio. Each car's got a radio too. Each of the setups have radios, so you should be able to get a radio. So this is the original game that we started with when it tested.
Yeah, right.
All right, I'll be back. This is the original game that we started with when it came to bring a little spice to the podcast, something new. Zombie bowling. This is the latest in the generations of zombie bowling that has been done. So as you can see, they will come flying down this ramp at 1,000,000 miles an hour and launch onto my grid. Now, some of these are flash, some of these are explosive to get more, I suppose, bang for your buck. Oh, you know what I need to do? All right. You got me?
Yeah.
Yep.
Hang on, yeah.
Cool. Just remember to grab your a new radio after you die. And just let Smiley know too. Roads?
Smiley,
Where we're going, we don't
Smiley.
need roads.
You have to grab a radio.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, every car. Oh, I can hear you, bruv. Oh, because you went near Q.
Oh, you can?
Yeah, because you went near Q.
Oh. Oh, right. I won't turn mine on just yet then. Ah,
God.
motherfucker.
So there are flash ones and there are 4 explosive ones. If you hit the explosive ones, you kill more flash ones. There's a full grid. Go as fast as you can. And good luck. May the infected be with you.
What the game. It's gay.
Humvees or Gunters, bruv. Humvees or Gunters. Yeah, first up, Mr. Q.
Oh, let's go.
They're just jamming in 5th. Did he kill it? Nah. 0. He got 0. Ooh. Terrible. Terrible, Q. Terrible. And this you have to go flat out on. And the idea is to try and ricochet your car like he did. You didn't get any. The white ones will explode into a flashbang, where the yellow ones will explode into a grenade. And you can get on here with your peoples. As you said, we use the toilet teleporters. You just log in and out at the toilets and you'll skip across so people can keep an eye on who's in the lead, keep score. And then, of course,
Bruv,
yep, I can hear.
I can't find the radiators. Where are the radiators?
That's all.
Need a
You don't
fucking
need them.
radiator. You going straight down the hill.
Yeah, you don't need them.
Jesus Christ.
Oh.
Yeah.
Am I rolling down, am I?
No, you put the battery in the spark plug in and she'll start. She'll just start cooking.
What do you have?
I didn't actually drive a car without a radiator. Can we?
Yeah.
Really? Since when?
Well, since you're about to jump in it and do it. Since forever,
Right,
bruv.
yeah.
Forever.
I never knew.
You can be tricky enough to have no radiator and a monkey wrench and drive your car and just get out and fix it.
God. Don't know what's wrong with this one. No, you go to the left.
She's going to drive off the wrong way.
Yeah, no, you're gonna go to the left. You'll see. You go straight. Fuck snakes.
A little bit. The wife plays a lot of projects on Boyd.
Did I get any? Did I get any?
No, you bump one.
Jesus.
Oh, no. But I've got none.
Good. I'm gonna get one now.
Yeah, she's really into it. I'll tell you what, it'd be cool to see those sorts of hardcore mechanics, especially with like the magazines and the pamphlets and stuff, where they then become a stash. There's so many mechanics you'd love for DayZ. They got 2 jumps
Alright, here
each.
I go.
Yeah, second jump. Mr. Q. He's taking the left lane this time. He's going for the Humvee. Oh, he's officially killed one. That's Q 1-0. Q 1-0. I like its tougher approach. I just got to a point in build 1.42 that I got a base, 3 cars, and all supplies, farm, and water, and now there's nothing to do. I know the exploration side of it, but that's where I gave up on build 41. And he's still sitting there surviving with his 3 cars and his factory, multitude of shit, heaps of hoarding done. I just couldn't find the motivation to go and explore and stuff for no reasons. Especially since, you die within a drop of a hat. Mr. Q is officially in the lead. Officially.
Right, now I know I got one that time.
Yep, definitely. You are up 1-0.
Yeah.
Oh,
Sucker
sorry, I'll turn mine
slimy.
off.
No, you're right. You're not getting any interference from me if you're getting the interference from Q. Just go into whisper mode.
She can't hear you now.
Yep.
Turn the radio off.
Turn the radio. I said, fuck it.
1? Is that all you got?
He's got 1,
You're
yeah.
gonna get nothing.
Who's this? Is you coming down now, bruv? Yep, bruv, coming.
Yoo-hoo!
Nope. Did you tell bruv not to use the ADAs or the Olgas? Nope. They don't quite reach. Yeah, I'm keen to see when yeah, you got one more, bruv, one more, but use Gunters or Humvees. It will be keen to see the build 42 and the missus going through it. She's funny when she plays. You just hear a lot of screaming in the gaming room. Fuck! Oh, bro, you got to bounce 12 o'clock. All right, Mr. Q. Appreciate you, bruv. And, of course, for your dedication over the last 24 months. We do appreciate it. Got any more left, Mr. Q? Oh, there's a whole heap of people on. Yeah, you can jump on. All you got to do is jump, find the right thing, log in and out, and come. Here he goes. Mr. Q, last attempt. Mr. Victory, we appreciate you. And we appreciate everyone who come out for our podcast and supported us for the last 2 years on the podcast. Not only that, the last 5 years. We've been streaming 5 years now. The Greedy Peasant got birthed 5 years ago. So we're in our 5th year. I'm going to do a bit of a write-up about it. I don't know what's happening. Oh, I forgot it despawns. Motherfucker. Everything, because this is a minigame server with a heap of shit, everything despawns. After
We're gonna make
5. Oh, he got one. Oh, shit. He bounced the fuck off. Landed one hard. Gonna be good. All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, that's officially the last episode of year 2. That's the 103rd episode of the podcast, season 2, episode 52. We'll be back for season 3, of course, bringing what we need to. We've already hit up the devs and said to the devs that we would love an interview. So they're working on trying to get somebody to come out to the podcast and have a chat. It's a little bit different than just jumping on the Discord. Don't forget to jump into my Discord in the giveaway section. I'll be putting up a giveaway for the 12-month kill feed. Brought to you by DayZ Kill Feed and Spawn. I'm Mr. Teabag. I really appreciate you dropping that in. That was a very lovely surprise. A big shout out to my co-hosts. They've been absolute champions. They put up with my shit and rolled through, help building this podcast. But the thanks really goes down to you peeps. You guys turn up. You guys, reinforce the questions. The owners that we've had on, the Lemons, Brandon, very silent Bob who turned up for our owners' little runs that we went there, Bennett, Brandon again for building some of the stages in Livonia where we went through that stage. We've evolved and moved in different directions. It's been an absolutely wicked journey. And we just hope we can bring the same standard for the next 12 months. If you want to come and have a crack at this, you're more than welcome to. TGP minigames. Probably going to hang out for the next 20 minutes or so. Miss Q, we appreciate you. That's 4 wins in a row, undefeated of the end games. It's been an absolutely hectic time, and we're only looking to go bigger and better and try and move this podcast forward. So spread the love. Spread the name, get on here and missed. And let everyone know about what the podcast is about and tell them that consoles come in hardcore. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's all the time we have for.